Oh, hey, oh, good morning. Good morning. Do y'all want to spend a solo Sabbathy Sunday with me today? You might be saying, Michel, you're vlogging, you're working. That's not Sabbathy. You're correct. Normally, I don't vlog Sundays. That's the day that Jordy and I try to take super unplugged. We'll like lock ourselves out of social media and just rest and go to church. But Jordy just left last night for a gig, so we were kind of switching up our days. We made Saturday our very unplugged day. I still have a very Sunday-ish Sunday, but the only exception is I'm bringing you guys along. I usually go to evening church. I way prefer evening church. I just love having a slow morning and then going to church and then watching the sunset. It's like, but to be so honest, I get a little uncomfortable going to church alone if I'm not serving. I'm used to serving. I do media, so I do like the slides, the stuff that you see on screen, but I'm not today. So I texted my friends saying who's going when, and I have some friends going to the 11. So we are doing morning church today. I'm also like, if we are going to the morning church service, do we also go to this event that's happening in Oceanside? There's this new, like almost creative studio, you might call it. It's this house that has different creative events. I've never been. Jordy's been, and he's like, this is the coolest thing ever. But they'll do like a woodworking workshop and a candle making work and just different like community events. They're doing a breakfast event this morning with like a pancake bar and a maker's market and all sorts of things. And it starts at 9. So I'm like, maybe we go at 10 and then go straight from there to the 11 o'clock church service. Could be fun to just check it out. I haven't vlogged in a week, so I feel like there's just so much I want to tell you guys, but I gotta pace myself, okay? I'm making sure to take my time getting ready this morning because sometime this afternoon, I actually have to film an audition. I am dabbling with the idea of dabbling with auditioning again. If y'all have been around for a long time, that was my thing. I signed with an agent at age 9. I moved to LA to pursue acting. And then after COVID, I took a step back. I mean, my YouTube channel had grown so much. Auditions had changed. They were only virtual. My life had changed so much. I was just like, there's a lot of toxic parts of the acting industry too that I was just kind of over. But I kind of feel like since it's not the thing that I'm chasing anymore, I can have a lot more boundaries with it. And I do really miss a lot of the creative process of that. And so I have told my management that I'm interested. I actually have headshots this Friday. I had an audition last week, my first audition in 5 years. It's not for anything scripted, so it's not for a character. I can't say much about it because I've signed an NDA, but it is like an unscripted series, I guess you could say. And I booked it. My first audition back in 5 years, I booked it. I film it next Saturday up in LA. And now I already have another very similar audition today, yet again unscripted. This is for like a documentary, but like a real properly produced documentary about a book that I have read part of. So it's really actually fascinating. I don't know. I'm excited. There's actually so much inspiration that has happened within this last week. I could talk all day about it. I've been playing, I've been dreaming. It's crazy how taking a week off of your usual rhythm and using that time to dive into the actual craft of what you do can completely re-inspire everything about it for you. That's a chat for later in the day. I'm gonna save all those thoughts. Okay, I've gotten dressed and I wanna show you something in the lower garden. Also, did y'all see this morning, one of my peppers turned red? I guess they are red peppers. So I don't know if it's time to pick the one that's red or if I let it keep going. I should Google. I don't know what I'm doing, but similarly, do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? All of these apples seemingly came out of nowhere. Some of them are huge in relation to my hand. Look at these. It's like literally carrying the whole branch down because this is so heavy on this tiny little twig branch. 4 massive apples there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I've lost count, but at least 25. Some of them honestly could probably be picked pretty soon and just finish ripening on our counter. Honestly, I might pick a couple of the big ones because since it's being drug low, I feel like little critters will come try to steal them. And maybe here pretty soon I can make some sort of like fall apple crumble or apple muffin. Okay, my brain's going. Oh yeah, these want to come off. See, that one's gotten got by a little sluggy slug. Okay, I'll leave you there. This one's huge. Oh my gosh. Speaking of fall treats, actually, this is so funny. This is actually hilarious. I didn't even put two and two together until right now. But y'all know Groons that I love. They have a limited fall flavor that is the Granny Smith apple. And I was able to try this limited edition flavor early. I actually just threw away the bag last night. I just got it out of the trash to show y'all because I've already gone through a whole bag of this flavor. And I have another one on standby. I am getting to work with Groons on today's video. Side note, actually, you know what's really interesting is I just got all my blood work back, and I'm gonna go into more of a deep dive about it in a video soon, but this is the first time that my vitamin and mineral levels, I actually didn't have anything deficient. I was just realizing that. I'm always usually deficient in a couple areas, just being a girly that struggles with absorbing nutrients. And this is the first time it wasn't, and I kind of low-key wonder if it's because I literally eat a pack of these every single day. They're basically like superfood greens gummies. They have vitamins, minerals, adaptogens, greens powders, so many different things inside of them. I love the fact that you get a whole pack because it feels like a true treat, which is why I actually stick to pretty much eating these every afternoon. Because every afternoon I catch myself in my pantry being like, I just want a little sweet treat, and I'm looking and I'm looking and I don't see any sweet treats, and then I see these and I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll eat a pack of gummies, actually. I wonder if my labs came back higher because the vitamins and the minerals in these gummies are methylated. A lot of companies don't methylate their vitamins because it's more expensive for them to do that, but that means it's more easily absorbed, which that math would add up as to why I'm not deficient in anything for the first time in so long. In case you have any dietary restrictions like me, these are gluten-free. They're also vegan, so they're not gelatin-based. There's no like synthetic dyes or artificial anything. That's just naturally the color that they are. So I love them so much. They give me a very generous link. I'm gonna have it in the description and on the screen as well, but I think it will save you 52% off your first order, which is crazy. I did not even expect to have such an apple-themed day, but like maybe we should keep it up. Maybe I should go find like a fall apple latte this afternoon or something. Okay, I just pulled up to this event. I circled around by it, and then I got a little nervy. I got a little nervy to walk in alone. I was just hyping myself up when my friends, the Griffos that like literally live down the street, were like, we're coming to come check it out with you. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna wait in my car till you get here. I also love the aesthetic of this car parked next to me. I feel like it's this like old red, bright fire truck red truck, and I feel like I just like my plaid with that red. Okay. that was the coolest event. And they do stuff like this all the time. They actually have like 30 different creative classes just within the next month. I was telling Leah, I'm like, this sounds so dumb, but it just hit me again how much this really is my dream life. Like this community, just like how cool and creative and like weird in the best way Oceanside is, and the fact that it's coastal and that I don't get cold. Like I catch myself dreaming about Maine all the time, but then I'm like, this is the dream. What am I doing? This is the coolest. Anyways, we are officially gonna be late to church, so I gotta get grooving. The 11 is very popular, so we'll see if we even get a seat. One perk to the 11 a.m. service is there is another market right next door after. So we've gotten a little distracted, and I also think that I will be joining everyone for lunch at a deli I've never been to. One more time.
It's a long day.
Oh, she wants to be in the vlog. What?
I think I need this.
Let me see.
Let's see it. I can't pull it out. There's a lot going on.
That is very pretty.
It's so shiny.
I can picture it with your
I would
boots
look
and your
like
jacket.
A mermaid.
Wow, this has been such a fun Sunday. What I didn't expect was that I'd end up going to lunch with everybody after church, but Sweet Griffo, he was like, have you ever tried Moto Deli? And I was like, I've never even heard of Moto Deli. And he was like, oh, it's a staple. It's a classic. And I was like, what is it? And he's like, sandwiches. And I looked at their website and I was like, I don't see anything that says gluten-free. Like, there's probably not a sandwich option for me. He was like, I'm calling them. And he called them and they were like, yeah, we could do all of the cold sandwiches and 3 of the hot sandwiches gluten-free. And I was like, say less. So I went to lunch with everybody, and then I was planning on making a coffee at home, but it is 2:40. And as y'all know, 2 o'clock hits and I need caffeine. So I'm like, I don't think I can make another 30-minute drive home. So I stopped at this spot called Coffee in Leucadia, and they have ceremonial matcha. I actually don't know if I've ever had their matcha. I've only been one time, and I think I got just regular espresso. But they have a house-made brown sugar-based rosemary syrup. So I asked for that in this matcha. I got a matcha because I really want to try to make an apple pie simple syrup later and try that in a latte. So this way I could maybe have a little more caffeine later. If I did a latte right now, I'd be done for the day. So, okay. Matcha, incredible. Syrup, incredible. Oat milk, a little watery. I think they use Minor Figures oat milk, and I'm just so used to just the thick oat milk. All in all, I would give this a 9 out of 10. Only deducting 1 point for the milk not being as creamy as I would hope, but I love that that's not a weak matcha. It's a strong matcha. Okay, I wasn't planning on having a car chat, but since we're here with a little bevy in hand in a parking spot that has nice shade, might as well have a little car chat. I kind of alluded to this earlier in this video, but it is crazy to me how much a week of not just output, but input can fully change my perspective and my creativity, and like ideas are now flowing through me and I feel like I'm like chasing inspiration. I have this desire to play around with content that I make that feels more cinematic. Like, I think it'd be really fun to try to blur the lines between, is this a vlog? Is this scripted? What am I watching right now? It feels kind of like a movie. Like, it feels kind of like a scripted televised film, something in that category. But at the end of the day, it actually is kind of like a vlog that is just filmed in a much more cinematic way and is tied all together with voiceover, but has some sit down chats, but has some scenes with other people. And I just want to try to create that. I don't know if it would be a one-time thing, just kind of like my chef dinner little documentary was a one-time thing. I don't know if it'd be something like that, or I don't know if it would be a little episode that had kind of a recurring storyline tying them all together. But I'm starting the process of creating that. I'm learning new camera settings and trying to learn more of like cinematic filming because I've only ever really vlogged before. But I put together this little 30-second just test. I just took my camera to the park for 30 minutes and this is what came out of it. Maybe I can send it to Tara and we can put it in this video. Here it is. To be so honest, this is a chat for another time, maybe, that I can go even more in depth, but here's the surface level version of this chat. I have had to become pretty formulaic with how I create content to the point to where I wouldn't even define myself as a creative necessarily. I'm kind of just like, this is the formula that I do to be able to have the output that I have, to be able to have 3 videos a week on top of the other things that I have to create for my job. So because of that, it doesn't feel like I have the margin to really play. I have expectations of how much I have to put out, but having a week off and like feeling inspired made me realize, oh, if I could do something like this, it would probably take a full complete week of work to get it to a point to where I am excited about it. And I don't know if I have the luxury of that time with just the amount of output that I have now, but I really want to try. I have tried new concepts over here on this channel, but I was talking to Jordy and I was comparing this to food. And I'm like, I've tried new recipes, but they've all been plated and packaged the same. This time, and I feel like it's just kind of risky to try new recipes and like not know if people are gonna like them or not. And I'm also still creating with the intention of performance going well, like analytics and views doing okay, because at the end of the day, this is my job and I can't just like sink it. But I, for once, want to play with something that I don't care how it performs. And 2, instead of playing with the recipe, I want to play with the plating. So I want to give people a familiar dish, something that they already like, which is a vlog, but I want to plate it so differently than they've ever experienced. So the taste is comforting to them, but like visually, it's just so unexpected. I don't know if this is going to be in a couple weeks from now. I don't know if this is going to be in a month from now. I don't know if I'm going to absolutely epically fail and nothing's going to come of this, but something's brewing in me. So buckle up. I make no promises except a promise to play. And it feels really good to be excited about a new idea. Truly. I'm feeling rejuvenated, not only mentally and emotionally, but also physically after this. I would love to go home and have a mail time with y'all. There's been a package I've been waiting to open until I've had a vlog day. And so it's been sitting on my counter for like 5 days now. And I want to open it so bad. So bad. So let's go home and have a mail time. Okay. This is what I've been so excited to open. Look at even just the box. This is mail from Portland, Maine. I know I told y'all in a vlog, maybe like 5 or 6 vlogs ago, that I found this gal that I'm obsessed with. She's the cutest ever and she lives in Portland and her name is Anna Lee Beckert. She's an artist. I reached out to her basically being like, hello, can we be friends? And she was like, Michel, I watch your channel. And I was like, shut up, we need to be friends. And then she said, actually, can I send you something? I know how much Portland means to you. And I was like, yeah? What? Are you kidding? I don't know exactly what it is. I am 99% sure that I will be going to Portland in November. And we're still trying to figure out the exact schedule of everything based off of Jordy's shows, if he'll be there with me for all of it or just with me for part of it. But I'm going to reach out to her and my other online friend, Emma, and I'm gonna see if they wanna do a little internet Portland girl meetup. And I will vlog it, of course, if it happens. Oh my gosh. There's like a handful of things in here. I just realized I just said her last name was Beckert, but it's actually Beck Art. So sorry, Annalie. Oh, this is the picture this is the one that I found her through. People were tagging me in this because it is a painting of the Portland headlight, which is literally my tattoo. My tattoo's from the other side though. You can walk and see it from either side because it's on like a bluff. It's so cute. I don't even know if this is a print. Miss Ma'am? Oh my gosh, it's a postcard. It's another Portland headlight. I need to get these in frames immediately and have like a little moment in my office. I need to. Like this, and this all framed together. Like, do I do a little trio here? Excuse the bubbles. I still haven't quite figured out my textured walls under this peel and stick. But I could do like the trio here, or I could do this one where this is currently and have it in this little hand. Or if the blue on blue is too much, I could put this elsewhere. I do love these colors against the blue. This looks really good in here. I could get a big old frame for this and put this over here, or even frame it and put it on my desk somehow. I just definitely at least want one of these in here. Also though, this bathroom is a room that eventually I want to make really cool. Just so many options where to put it. Also, I got my dress wrinkly sitting down. Oops, no one look. Maybe I'll just scatter them all throughout the house instead of keeping them as a trio so that everywhere I go I can see one of them in there. It can all make me so happy. Actually, sorry. Oh, I think that might be it. I think that's gonna be it. I gotta find the perfect frames for them. So I really do need to film my audition before the lighting gets too bad, but I kind of wanted to film it in here. And we're getting to the point of the year, it gets worse and worse the further we get into winter, where the sun like rotates to where we get direct light in here, and then it just gets more and more direct and more blown out. Filming in the summer is so easy because the sun sets so late and it's never directly coming in here. Filming in the winter in this house, impossible. The sun is gone by like 4:40 in the shortest month, and it is directly in here by like 11 or 12. And so I basically have to film everything I want to film in the den in the winter in the morning. And I'm like, oh no, we're starting to get to that time of year. But I'm gonna be irresponsible and do something else first to let it cool so that we can use it. I want to try and make a apple pie, brown sugar, simple syrup for lattes. These apples, I remember from last year, were pretty tart. Since simple is like all sugar, I feel like that will balance it a little bit and you still get that apple flavor. So what I'm thinking about doing, getting this finely diced, doing brown sugar and water as our simple syrup base, vanilla extract, and then I pulled some spice options. I have cinnamon, allspice, cardamom, and then I also just have like a pie spice blend, which I'm sure is all of those things plus like maybe nutmeg, I don't know. Cinnamon and apple is always delicious together. But allspice, a little bit of it would be nice. Cardamom can be powerful. I feel like the cardamom would be too much. It's leaning to chai. Honestly, the pie spice is a great just like shortcut. I wonder what else is in here. Maybe I just do some of the spice blend plus extra allspice and cinnamon. I don't know, but I'm gonna just maybe half of this big ol' apple cut up. I'm not gonna make a ton of this simple because we gotta see if we even like it to begin with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Go. It's our apple pie simple. I came outside to take some pretty pictures of it. So dumb. I'm trying to take more pictures. I also feel like it helps to make prettier thumbnails, so I put our apples in a prettier bowl. I got this from my friend. She thrifted it and then she was selling it at the yard sale that we all hosted. I love this bowl. And I was like, wow, how pretty are the vibes of this and this together? So was doing some flat lays. I don't feel like I need more caffeine, but I do feel like I absolutely have to know how this tastes in a latte. I did a little taste of it by itself, and oh my gosh, it turned out better than I could have expected. Also, I am glad that the apples were tart because this is sweet. Like, it is so sweet. I'm sure a little bit goes a long way. This was a soup jar that I used last night. I bought a soup that came in this jar last night, and I just spent about 35 solid minutes scrubbing at this trying to get the sticker off, but we did it. So I just made eye contact with the neighbor who drove by, and he smiled at me like, and I probably look crazy out here with my bowl of apples and my bottle of liquid just talking to myself in the front yard. Okay, let's go make a lot. Do we want it iced or hot? Whoa. Out of all of my syrup experiments, this might be the best one. At least this will rev me up for my audition, which I should probably film now. We really only got an hour of light left. I was kind of waiting for the light to calm down a little bit. It might be getting better. It might be fine. I gotta figure out what to wear. Wish me luck. I'll see you guys on the flippity flop. I think this is my best location. I've just moved the big plant out of the way, and this is the most wall space I have that has decent light. So welcome to my self-tape backdrop. I have changed into just this because I'm supposed to be a little bit younger than I am. I don't love this black tank with this though. Maybe I'll go put on something to where you can't see that black tank underneath. I'm actually just gonna use this vlog camera to just tape, so hope they don't get all the footage mixed up. Smells good. I'm editing my self-tape right now, but I'm realizing sunset is in 30 minutes, and so I'm kind of like, do I want to go run and squeeze in a beach sunset? That does feel like the perfect end to a Sunday. And I also kind of want to bring my new setup and see if I can get some pretty sunset clips. It's tempting, it's tempting. Maybe we do it. Literally walking up as the sun was going, and it's crazy. That last little bit where it goes from fully above the horizon to fully gone is like seconds. So I prioritized getting some clips on my big boy. I think they're okay. I don't think they're great. I'm still learning. I really do love living here so much. Feels like a gift. And honestly, like, it's hitting me even more after having a week to just be present. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was working the whole week off, but just working on different things. A change in routine does wonders for the mind. Truly does wonders. Look at this. Feel free to press subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like hanging out, we could hang out even more in the future. And also thank you again to Grooms for partnering with me on this video. I'm gonna have my link down below that will save you off your first month. I believe it's 52% off, which is just wild. I love you guys. Hope you have the best rest of your day, and I will see you in another video very soon. Say bye to the beach. Bye, beach. Bye.